Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I've got one for the military enthusiast. Look at DiD's World War II German Major Erwin Konig from the Battle of Stalingrad. It says it's the 10th anniversary edition. Ages ago DiD came out with an earlier version of this, and then I don't know if it was their 10th anniversary or the 10th anniversary of this figure, but they reissued it and upgraded it. I don't have that earlier version. That was long before I started collecting. But I have seen a comparison, and this one is actually the better of the two. So if you are collecting any older figures, I would look for this one. So let's take a look at it. First off, on the back there is a backdrop of a forest scene. I'm surprised it's not a image of the burned out or bombed out city of Stalingrad, since this is supposed to be about the Battle of Stalingrad. So, but that is a nice backdrop. Here we have another picture of the figure. By the way, this figure is still available at certain retailers, so that's nice to know. So here is the figure. Pretty good likeness of, I think it's Ed Harris, the American actor. Doesn't look good with a bald head, though I have to say. Anyway, so he's already got all his badges on. We do have his collar tabs, as well as his breast eagle and some other insignia, and the ubiquitous cigarettes. DiD on their earlier officer figures uses velvet-like material on the collars. I don't know why, but I've always found the collar tabs have a hard time sticking to that. So I'll probably have to use glue on them. He's got a pair of boots that have quite a bit of weathering on them. So nice thing the shoulder boards are already attached. So the other thing worth here is his cap. It's already got all the insignia on it. And then he's got two caps. He's got his peaked officer's cap, and then he's got this field cap. And this badge of oak leaves, as well as he's got a shoulder patch of oak leaves. And then the green piping on the hat and the green cloth under his epaulets, that signifies he's in the light infantry. Now, if he had all this, but this was Edelweiss, and that patch was Edelweiss, then he'd be in the Alpine, an Alpine troop. So, the easy way to tell the difference, the Edelweiss has a white flower in the center on the patch and this metal badge. So there he is in his uniform. He's got this winter smock that's going to be easy to unbutton and button with these large loops, but it's completely lined with fur, even the sleeves. So that's really, I mean, they do a good job on the tailoring of these coats things. Let's see, binoculars. None of the figures come with a binocular case, and I was reading in one of my new books on World War II uniforms that the German officers' binoculars came with a bakelite case that they found cumbersome and did not like, so they would frequently leave the case in their vehicles. So he has a sniper rifle, wood and metal, really nice. And then here is his belt. It's unfortunately it's already assembled. I say unfortunately because I enjoy putting these things together. But it's already got the bread bag, the canteen, his ammo pouches, and this canvas roll on it. He is unusual in that he's got a black belt. Looking back at all my other German army officers, they all have brown belts, but he came with a black one. So, and let's see, I can't remember if there's anything under. Oh yes, there's even more underneath. So he's got these black vinyl, I guess they're supposed to be leather, but they're kind of vinyl gloves. I have tried putting these on other figures and they just would start flaking. The other thing, look at that. Oh, that doesn't, that's cut open, so his trigger finger protrudes out. I've seen other gloves like that before, but I won't be using these. He's got a watch. I don't know if you could see that dial. So, gray gloves. I won't be using these either. I can get the gloves on the hands, but I always have trouble posing them and getting them to hold anything. So, he's got the bendy hands for the gloves. They're bendy because you can pose these. Then he's got a relaxed left hand and then a right trigger hand. Y straps in black. And then he's got a holster which unusually has the pistol already in it. Usually you have to do that yourself. So this figure is mostly comes pre-assembled. And then he's got this poncho-like thing, sleeveless poncho thing with a hood, and that is wired. The front of the hood. So there you have it, Major Konig. And in a second here, I'll put them together. So here's Major Konig dressed for battle. His jacket was easy to put on. I was afraid the sleeves would be too tight, but actually no problem at all. And as I suspected, the buttons were easy to fasten. The one thing that really the only thing that gave me any trouble was his kit on the back. It's all this stuff is came already on the belt and it's very tight, and I had trouble adjusting it to get his Y strap in the correct place. One thing of note is his cap. If you see, there's flap of material that goes down under the, I guess you'd call that a band. The actual caps, these two buttons, could be unfastened, and then these flaps would fold down to protect the ears. I assume they took the metal piece off, the metal badge. But so there is Major Konig with his sniper rifle, dressed for battle. And then here we have him in his regular officer's uniform. I have noticed in the past, that the piping on the hat and then the color, the cloth below the epaulets indicate what unit they're in. In this case, the green, he's in the light infantry. That color also appears on as two stripes on the collar tabs. It's not always very easily readable, but in this one it is. I did make 2 changes to this particular figure. Rather than going through the hassle of removing everything on the belt that came on it, I happen to have another belt, so I just put a new belt on him. And also, to give him a nice, clean, crisp look, I replaced his weathered boots with new ones, which I also happen to have. So he has that nice clean look to him. And the other thing is there's the little hat patch that goes on his sleeve that indicates he's in the light infantry. So there he is, Major Konig. Now he did come with that hooded sleeveless parka. I did try putting it on this figure and he just looked really bulky. I just didn't like the way it looked. It would probably look better on this uniform without the jacket, although at this point I don't see buying a third figure set. So that'll have to wait for the future. But there you have it, Major Konig from the Battle of Stalingrad. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by.